Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone. In today's video, we're gonna make a delicious roasted asparagus with some crumbled hard-boiled egg over it. It has lemon, it has just a lot of flavor, and I think you're gonna like it. Let's get to it. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you not only how to make this recipe, but also I'm gonna talk to you about how to properly store asparagus because it's a really short season and it goes bad quickly, so it doesn't take much. So I'm gonna give you a food storage tip on how to store asparagus, also on how to tell if your eggs are good or bad. So the first thing is to set your oven to 425 degrees because we're gonna roast that asparagus. So while that's coming up to temperature, how do you properly store asparagus? Well, when you bring it home from the supermarket, just trim off the bottom of the asparagus just a little bit so like that rough woodier end is now fresh. Put it in a jar with a little bit of water and put it in the fridge. You store it just like cut flowers. Stored this way, asparagus can actually last up to a couple weeks. It doesn't take much for asparagus to go bad, so it's a very fragile vegetable. So store it this way and you'll be surprised at how long it will actually last. Now we have our asparagus. We're gonna go ahead and take that asparagus, we're gonna lay it out on a baking sheet. You just wanna take the asparagus and just lay it out in an even layer. So just roll it out. Make sure it's an nice even layer. If you need a bigger baking sheet, that's okay. The important part is you don't want the asparagus to be stacked on top of each other. Now take some olive oil and just drizzle it over the top of the asparagus. Using your hand, roll the asparagus back and forth so it's all completely coated with the olive oil. Then we're gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then also with some fresh lemon juice. If that oven's up to temperature, go ahead and put the asparagus in the oven and you're gonna roast it for about 10 minutes. It doesn't take very, very long. If the spears are on the thicker side, it might be about 15 minutes. What you want is to be able to easily poke that asparagus with a fork. And if you can easily poke it with a fork, then it's good to go. Okay, so I also put some lemon slices on top of the asparagus because I had them on hand. It's not required, but it also just kind of looks pretty cool. Okay, so let's get to the egg part. So you can get hard-boiled eggs at the store. You can buy them where they're already pre-boiled, pre-peeled, ready to go, or you can do it yourself. But let's just talk about how to test if an egg is good or not. So if you've ever boiled an egg, you probably have noticed when you peeled it, this part right here, there's a little bit of space, right? There's that little air pocket right there that's in the anatomy of an egg. As an egg gets older, that air pocket increases. Without getting into all the specifics, it just gets bigger, right? So the older the egg is, the more the insides dry out because eggshells are kind of porous. So the egg inside dries out and that air pocket increases. Because it increases as the egg gets older, it's a really easy way to tell if the egg is good or not. So if you put the egg in a glass of water, a tall glass of water, it'll either kind of sink to the bottom but maybe stand up on end. But if it starts to float, if it floats towards the top, then you know that egg is no longer good to eat. So that's just a really easy way to check your eggs for if you're unsure if they're still good or not. So if it floats at maybe like the halfway mark, it's still probably good. You definitely want to eat it that day if it's floating around there. Ideally, you just want it kind of standing on end and holding the egg up. But if it goes towards the top of the glass, you don't want to eat that egg. So that's just really important. The air pocket, it gets bigger as the egg gets older. So once you have your hard-boiled eggs, you're just gonna take an egg slicer and we're gonna use that to just crumble the eggs basically. So put them in the egg slicer, slice it one way, and then rotate the egg 45 degrees. So now you're gonna do another cut with the egg slicer, giving you a perpendicular cut, which will cut the egg into cubes. Then, once the asparagus is done and ready to eat, just transfer it to the plate that you wanna serve it on. Give it a taste. Maybe you wanna salt and pepper it more. Maybe you wanna add more lemon juice, and then just top it off with the crumbled eggs. And that's it. That's how you make this delicious, easy spring dish of roasted asparagus and hard-boiled eggs. If you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up. If there's something you wanna see, hey, drop a comment down below. If you'd like to cook like I do, I release new videos every single week, so please subscribe. See you guys next time.